as I saw Juanita today, we gave a little smile because we're on the same page. And you know, we talk about public health crisis, but gun violence, gang violence is a public health crisis. And our dedicated and brave men and women in blue are out there day in and day out taking these individuals off our streets and out of our neighborhoods. Now, I'm glad that you went to the police department, and I'm glad you came to my second home here at City Hall, but we need to march.
To the courthouse.
That's exactly right. We need to march, and we need to be heard loud and clear to the courthouse. Because as Juanita indicated, it drives me crazy, and I don't care what creed, color, or background, that violent offenders are allowed to walk our streets, our neighborhoods, my neighborhoods, and then be able to perpetuate crime all the way up to murder. And that has to stop. And I need your voices to be heard as we put legislation across to the State House, and the governor has put legislation too. But these are for the individuals, again, no matter what background, that just don't get it, that just don't respect that a life or lives have been lost. But yet, when they go to the courthouse with some of the judges, a little slap on the hands, and they're right back in our streets and in our neighborhoods. While you mothers, the fathers, the family members, the dear friends, have to remember every day that that lost one is gone.
When it comes to criminal justice reform isn't for violent criminals. Criminal justice reform is for somebody that's willing to stand out there and say, you get caught with a gun that is unlawful and illegal, you need to go to jail. You need to be held accountable. Not one time, not two times, and not wait that many times, because how easily it is for our children to obtain a weapon. And just Massachusetts has one of the strictest gun laws in the continental United States.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is that the surrounding states, some of them are a little bit weaker, and we are trying, but it's organizations and a table and me to support more, and the moms and all the other organizations, Campaign Nonviolence, to be able to push forward. And we have somebody that's willing to support that piece of legislation that Mayor Sarno's talking about at the State House.
So we need to make them understand how they're ruining this city. The city is ruined with gun violence. There's an epidemic across this country. There's an epidemic here, but we can change it here. We need to fight here for Tamara and for other unsolved murders. I would not stay silent. Tamara death would not be in silence for no one. So I will fight with Juanita and more and any other organization that's out here trying to change this city and these streets. We need to do it together today.
Sometimes I can sleep, but I know my son is gonna have justice soon. My son was making beats for rappers in Springfield, and you see, after that, nobody is friends. Nobody come to me and say what you need. Yeah. But they still doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
We want to be. I'm here to be here and find peace for us. Thank you.
You as a mayor, can you enforce this law enforcement to act more actively on the missing as well as, the homicide victims, but for the missing, because there's no answers right now. So my son can still be out there somewhere, not willingly, but I know somebody did this, So anyways, I don't wish this on anybody at all. I have no closure, and God bless you all for having, all this faith and fighting. Thank you. We can walk until we get blisters on our feet, but what we need to gather and come together to do is change laws. We need to come together to change and petition to control gun laws. We will never stop the violence or stop convicted felons with gun charges to be released with ankle monitors back into our community and cause chaos and devastation to our city, which is our city where I'm not going nowhere. I want to raise my grandkids
And I want to remember my son, as young as he was, and as many times that I've been to Oak Grove with him and now without him is ridiculous. In the last 4 months, I've been to over 7 funerals for people that love me and respect me and call me auntie. So I ask all those guys, I know you're mad, you're not getting justice for loved ones that have been murdered, but let justice come in the right way, because God said, thou shalt not kill.
I just want everybody here to just take 1 minute and close your eyes. Imagine your phone ringing at 10 something at night, okay? After a hard day's work, working at the Eastern States, which was Big E time. And just close your eyes and imagine answering your phone to your son has been shot and it doesn't look like he's breathing.
Kids living with neighborhood violence experience the trauma of insecurity and feeling unsafe in their own home and in their surroundings.
Annually, 3,000 children and teens, ages 0 to 19, are killed, shot, or wounded. That's an average of 43 young people every day. Children are harmed also when a friend or family member is killed by gun violence, ultimately impacting the psychological well-being and mental well-being, along with affecting school performance.
For decades, communities like Springfield have grappled with disproportionately high rates of gun violence. They continue to work hard to develop, to implement, and sustain effective violence reduction programs. Our goal is to learn more about this work and to develop partnerships to support the groups that are leading it, to support you guys.
And that is why today New North is standing in the gap for our city, for our youth. You guys see all those folks dressed in orange? Those are our outreach workers. They're out there preventing the violence from popping off in our city. So I do want to add something here. It is not just the black community, but it is also the Latino community as well. And we must come together and stand together, because what is affecting one community is affecting the other.
We demand safe, peaceful communities free from gun violence and terror. We demand healthy recreational activities that keep our youth engaged and diverted from risky behaviors. We further demand justice for families of unsolved homicides victims and coordinated compassion actions for families of missing persons.
There's a woman in her home and she's crying over sorrow. It's coming from deep in her soul and she doesn't see the morrow. Her baby boy is dying from a great big bullet hole, and she can't find a way to bring him back on home. Swing, swing low, sweet old chariot. Swing, swing low, sweet old chariot. And we really do got to work together. Our black and brown, we need to be together. Stop fighting against one another. And let's make these things happen. Let's get these legislators and these guns off the street. I love you all. Thank you.
You ain't shaking?
No, not yet. Thank you, Mom, the man. Hey, baby. Oh, wait.